Throughout this series, I'm going to be attempting to track down some of the deadliest animals here in Australia. Each episode, I will have to survive in the same environment that these animals are living in, meanwhile attempting to track them down. I could be out here for a couple hours, a week, a month. I have no time limit that I have to track these animals down in, but I reckon we'll be able to do this one pretty quick. Let's jump in the kayak and have a look around. Look, there's a shark with its fin out of the water, just up there. I'll get my camera out. That is so cool seeing him swim across the surface like that. They're everywhere up here. So far up here into the Australian rainforest, and we're seeing bull sharks. So besides all my filming gear, this is what I've brought out here to survive with these sharks over this next time period. We got a few things to tie up this trap that I plan to make later on in the day. We've also got a knife. This is just going to be used to help cut up the pieces for the trap. Maybe fillet any fish if I catch them later on. And what I'm going to be catching the fish with, I've brought out this little hand spear. I have to catch food out here or I'm not going to be eating, so hopefully we'll be able to spear something like a flathead, a mullet, maybe even a cod or a mangrove jack later. I've also bought a wetsuit, snorkeling gear, and an underwater torch, because later on in the day, what we're going to be doing is after it gets dark, we're going to be going night snorkeling with some bull sharks in this creek system. I've never done it before. I don't think anyone in this creek would have ever done it before, so it'll be interesting to see how they react underwater when they see a torchlight and me swimming around. I reckon we start kayaking around, get on the river, see if we can find any sharks first up in the morning, and then maybe go for a bit of a hunt and catch some breakfast with the spear. Let's go. Episode 1. So we're currently kayaking through a remote section of the Australian rainforest, and all the way up here in these tidal zones is a safe haven for one of the deadliest and most amazing species of sharks in the world, the bull shark. Reaching lengths of over 3 meters long with one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom, bull sharks are perfectly equipped to survive in a whole bunch of different environments, including fresh water. Bull sharks' kidneys recycle the salt in their body, which allows them to travel all the way up into freshwater creeks. And that is where I'm going to be trying to trap one in this video. But first, I need to scope out this creek system and see if I can find any. So unfortunately, the further out you go in this creek system, there's a lot of fishing pollution. And you can tell it's not from people just getting snapped off by fish, it's by them leaving rubbish around, which then affects the animals. But I've also seen a fair few bull sharks up here that do have hooks in the corner of their mouths. I've seen one that's wrapped up in a bit of fishing line, and generally these sharks will be hanging around this same area. So those are the ones that we're trying to catch and hopefully remove the fishing hook out of, because it would take so long to rust out in a creek that's pretty much fresh water. So we just got the hand spear out. We've been cruising around seeing sharks all day. It's so cool, but I'm a bit hungry. So I'm gonna try to catch myself some food with this hand spear out here in this saltwater creek. Let's go. Spooking so many little fish just walking this edge. There was just a flatty here before and a big whiting. Wouldn't even mind trying to catch a big mullet. They taste so good when they're fresh. Big mullet sitting right there. This is gonna be my dinner if I can get a shot at him. They're such weary animals though. Got him. Yes! Yes, we got a mullet. Alright, so we're gonna quickly kill this mullet. He might actually be dead. Oh no. We're gonna quickly kill him and then cook him up on the riverbank. Alright, and that right there is gonna be our dinner. These mullet, when they're fresh, actually taste so good. So I reckon what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stop looking for sharks, go find a place to make a little fire and cook up this fish. So hungry and haven't eaten anything all day. This is why I bought this spear out here. It's not like making a primitive spear, but it's still cool catching your own food. All right, let's make a fire. So we're just gonna take the guts out of this mullet because we're gonna cook it whole in the fire. So people do die from shark attacks each year, but you need to understand that if you go into an animal's environment and get bitten or you get stung, it's not the animal's fault. And in most cases, it's not your fault either. To put it into perspective, more people die from coconuts falling on them out of trees than from shark attacks every year. This is where they live. So if I decided to go swimming in here and I was attacked right now, I would not blame it on the shark at all. Sometimes what can be the case is people don't understand that these sharks can go up into fresh water, but all the animals that you'll see me work with in this series, there's things that you can do to avoid getting bitten or avoid getting attacked by them. There was just a massive shrimp down here. Yes! I just caught that shrimp and I forgot that my camera was sitting on this thing over the water, and it fully fell in, got completely soaked. It's a $6,000 camera, but yep, that just happened. I don't actually know what the best thing to do is. There's water inside it. About as good as a potato right now. Oh, that hurts my soul. Once we cook up this fish, I'm gonna start building this primitive shark trap. I reckon I should have it done around the afternoon, and then tomorrow morning is when we're gonna be trying to trap these sharks. And we'll just chuck the fish on. So the fish may look a little bit dodgy, but it's meant to look like that, I think. There we go. We'll take it down to the creek and eat it. How good is that? Fresh mullet, swimming around about half an hour ago. Yeah, not bad. I'm definitely glad I got one this big. So hungry. Not only am I surviving out here in the environment that the sharks are living in, but I'm eating the same food as them. This is exactly what these sharks are feeding on all the way up here. All right, let's build this bull shark trap. So what we're doing is we're finding the center of the bamboo, just like that. We'll get the rock and hit it in. Once you got it past that first bit, you can start split it apart like that. Pretty tough work out here with this knife. It's about 35 degrees at the moment, but it's all gonna be worth it if we can catch a shark. That would be so cool. I've been wanting to do this since I was little. So what I've done is I've just lashed that little square together with the rope. That's where the sharks are gonna be going into. I've made a much smaller one for the back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 4 planks, run them down from the top and bottom, tie it on, and then start building the trap around it. So this right here is exactly what we want. All these bamboo pieces split in half so that we can tie it up and no sharks will be able to get out of it if they go in. So this is how it's looking at the moment. You got the entrance in the front, which we're gonna scare the sharks into, and then they should be trapped in here. We've still got to put a heap of pilings the other way, but we're just gonna fill this in over the next couple of hours, chuck it in the creek and see if we can catch a shark. This is the pool that we're going to be setting it in, because what happens is these bull sharks will venture all the way up as far as they can get when the tide comes up. And when it goes out, they'll get trapped in these kind of little pools. But I'm thinking if I can set the trap down at the end as the tide's pushing out and I see a shark trapped in one of these pools, hopefully it's one of the ones with the hook stuck in its mouth, and I might be able to get in the water with it, get it in the trap and then grab it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, see, this is what I mean. The sharks come all the way up here. That is crazy. Just as I'm filming this. This is so far up the creek, and this is what I'm talking about. Why I'm gonna set the trap just down there as the tide goes out. That is so cool. Literally got the trap sitting right there. All right, we're down at this creek. It's crazy to think that there's sharks swimming past right now. We're gonna head out there and see if we can swim with a couple of them. So I've been snorkeling around for a while. I haven't actually seen any sharks yet, but that's all right. We're gonna keep going until we find one. I know that there's sharks around here. I know that there's sharks watching me as I'm swimming past. And I was swimming around, I can only see about half a meter in front of me. And from the depths, out comes a little juvenile bull shark checking me out. This is when I feel most alive, when I'm doing things like this. And I'm so grateful that I can come out here and share this whole experience with you. But I'm not gonna push my luck. I know these animals are potentially dangerous, and I know if I keep swimming around, splashing around in the water, it's just not a good thing to do when you're by yourself. So I'm gonna call it a night. Bit of a quick night snorkeling session, but definitely the most memorable night snorkel I've ever done. All right, I'm gonna head back to camp, and tomorrow we're gonna go try to catch one in the trap. So I decided to go for a walk up this creek the next day to see if I could spot any sharks. And we've spotted one, mate, trapped in this little pool right here. Where I was filming yesterday, where the shark came up to my feet, was right there. So it could even be the same one, trapped at low tide. True, that's a pretty cool colored rock. Whoa. Oh, I've got a shark to catch. The trap's set, now we need to go scare the shark into it. Here he is. There. See him? Oh, he's coming for me. Here we go. Look at him. Oh. But you can see him. Might see if I can grab him. The problem I'm facing right now is the tide started to come up again. And if it gets too high, there's no way I'm going to be able to get him in the trap, because the creek will rise and there'll be more places for him to actually get out. I'm trying to see if this is the one with the hook stuck in its mouth, but it's so hard to see underwater that I think I'm actually going to have to catch him and have a look. You know, I hate to say it, but I reckon we lost him. I don't know if he's just in the deeper part of this pool or if he's gone up further. I don't think he's gone down that way. But yeah, I've been here for about an hour looking for him. Can't find him since we last saw him. Tide has started to come up now, but I reckon I might have a chance if the tide comes up to try and get one in a trap. But yeah, maybe we keep exploring the creek and see if we can find any more sharks. Alright, and after being out here for 2 days, look at what we got right here. A little bull shark out here in the Australian rainforest. Now, we're not going to keep him long at all. I think these animals are absolutely amazing and I think people should respect them. Sadly, it wasn't the one with the hook stuck in its mouth. We're going to get him back in the water. We didn't exactly get him in the trap as I would have expected, but we did grab him in the shallows. So this is the perfect end to an amazing video. Alright, mate. Off he goes. That is a crazy start to what's going to be a wild series. So if you want to join in, there's going to be a lot more deadly animals. Obviously, I'm going to be careful. I know the potential that these animals have. They can be dangerous. I don't think people should go night snorkeling, and I don't think people should go put themselves in dangerous situations. I've been working with these sharks in particular in this creek since I was about 12 years old. I know their behavior. I know where they're swimming. I know what they look like when they're getting a bit defensive. But to come out here and have that kind of experience is exactly what I wanted to start off this series. So if you want to see more, make sure you leave a like on this video, comment down below what other deadly animals here in Australia you want me to find. And yeah, it'll be pretty cool making the other episodes of Australia's Deadliest. We got a bull shark, mate. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys again next week in the next adventure. Let's go.